Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Narrative. This week I want to talk about, well, I'm a bit late, but I'm glad I'm a bit late. I was going to talk about it last week, but I did do a video, but then I took it down. I might put it back up. I just got to edit it a bit. Anyway, I want to talk about sci-fi right now. Like, I love sci-fi. But I'm so busy. I have to organize what I watch, and what I've been watching is it's an old show and a new show. Well, recent new show. So the new show is the Orville, and I'm really enjoying it. This season has just blown me away. It reminds me so much of Star Trek. You know, what Star Trek was, is, and should be, and it's kind of, and I've been watching the old series up to season 2, and I remember watching it when I was a kid in Little Mordor every Saturday or Sunday, I think it was, where Mum used to take me to this old lady's house, and they would talk, and I'd sit there and watch TV. That's all I did all afternoon. They'd talk for hours, as women do. My mum was amazing, and she just, would just leave me to it. And I'd watch Fantasy Island, and I must have been Saturday afternoon, must have been Sunday, I don't know, doesn't matter. And I'd watched the original series. I guess it was the 500th time it had been, rerun, because it was the 80s, around about 82, 81. And I so much enjoyed it. It's just, as a 10-year-old, you don't really understand that sort of thing, but it becomes part of your psyche, and and you grow up loving it, and I've always loved it. And so now, last year, when I was doing anniversary of I think it was the 50th, I'm not sure, of Star Trek on the radio show on Beagle FM, and I had William there, and William was talking to me because he's a very smart person when it comes to Star Trek and science fiction. He's more nerdy, where I'm more geeky, but he's a balance of both. And so he knew about the actual background and stuff, like the mirror universe. I didn't even understand the mirror universe, even though I had the T-shirt, right? I had the T-shirt that my sister gave to me, and I just thought that was pretty cool. Which Spock, one with the beard or one without, goatee, whatever. And I didn't understand. And he was telling me on radio what it was about. And man, it just blew my mind. And then I realized that that's what they were trying to do with Discovery, the mirror universe. And I have nothing to say on Discovery. I just don't feel like I need to watch it. I've seen first season, and season 2 I'm not really interested in, because Orville's basically filled that need for philosophical discussion, ideologies, questioning, looking at, the episode previously, I think it was 7, talking about bigotry and prejudice and racism, even though it was done in a different way. It reminded me of an episode, which I'll put the video up again to talk about bigotry, from I think it was The Outsider, from Next Generation, season 5, number 17. I think that's what anyway, we'll find out. But I've been watching another show at the moment. Hopefully I can remember. And oh man, I always forget names. I just have this problem because of my head injuries that I just cannot even remember what I watched. Anyway, so I'll put the link and something below the video, and the name of it, so you know. But it's so good watching the old series, is when people were questioning the world around about 60s and 70s, and how to, what's right and what's wrong. And, you take away religion out of it, you take away everything, and you just put humans talking about things, and you kind of go, well, do I really, if I'm left to my own devices, will I become evil? And that is the whole thought of religion, and you kind of go, well, no, because I still have a choice of being a good person or not. And so that's the kind of the discussions you kind of get from Star Trek. and from Orville. So right, this last two episodes, man, I'm so glad I waited because, and what an awesome 2 episodes, episodes 8 and 9. I think it was Identity or something. And man, did it deliver. You got a religious group of, species who believe in, this, I can't remember the name of it. It's right on the tip of my tongue, on my head. But, and it's just, and they go, at the end of it, they come, I'm not going to spoil it. So this battle happens, and then they leave, and please watch it. It's a really good show. And make up your own mind about whether it's good or not. I just think everybody has a right to their own opinion about things. And that's what makes us individuals. And it's such a good show. And the episodes were so well done. You kind of go, well, especially a machine who's actualized that he's a person, that he can have free thought. Does he become evil? Does he follow the beliefs and the ideologies of his species who come from a place of hurt, right? From a place of violence done to them, of control put on them. Does he go along with that, or does he allow change in his life? Isn't that awesome? That he actualizes individualism, that he desires, that he believes that he has a right to free thought. He has a right to believe in who he is and to protect who he loves and to stand up for them and speak for them. And he tries so hard. And then when he's put to the final test, right? You guys know. And the idea just popped in my head. Because I don't write this stuff down. I don't, this discussion, I don't write this thing down. I was working away on my sculpture. So the idea popped in my head about Moses, right? Religion. He's there at the top of the mountain because God has told him to go up there, take a knife and kill your son. Now let's do a comparison, right? Here's Moses, ready to do it. Ready to do it. He's there. He's millimeters away, and God goes, no. So he puts his religion over his love for his own child. These are the sort of things that really make me think about humanity and make me think about myself, because I'm always questioning my own belief system, and I'm questioning my own ethos, my morality, and how I fit into the way of the world. As we all do, and as we have a right to as individuals. And we don't have a right to be pandered to. We don't have a right to be told what we should do, how we should behave, how should we act, unless it is breaking the law of the land. Or unless, and we're allowed to break the law, if it is a corrupt law, right? But we live in a just society in the West. We tried our hardest to be good, our laws to be right, to protect us. And so I kind of look at this and I go, well, I can't speak for anybody else but myself. And as an artist, as an individual, as a person of color, I guess that's what we're called now, as an Indian, as a Fijian Indian, born in Fiji, raised in New Zealand for the last 35 odd years. So I class myself as a Kiwi. I think of myself as a Kiwi, a naturalized Kiwi, which means I have the beliefs and the ideologies of my country that I live in now, because that's what it says on my passport. It says my country. This is New Zealand. Is where you're from now. You're not from Fiji anymore. Okay, you were born there, but you're not from there. You're not from any other country. You're from New Zealand. And so you have respect, and and you have the rules of the country protecting you, the laws of the country, and you as an individual have to uphold the laws of the country. And so I think the most important thing in life is to take a responsibility for our own actions. And I love this part in the Orville in episode 9. you know, where he chooses to disobey and even go to the point of, well, you know, because he stands in the way of injustice. And you can have advocates, you know, you can have activists. I used to be an activist, you know, but I've also been an advocate. I love, for me, advocacy is much better than at being an activist, because being an advocate of something, you actually stand in the gap and speak, and you go no, but then you pick up the opportunity to go, come on, let me help you, not just speak about it. Let me just actually help you. And I think that's what I love seeing in with Alita, that you know, with I think Open Bionics or First Bionics, you know, with James Cameron and Weta, they stepped in and gave that young girl bionic arms. Man, how beautiful is that? That's advocacy, right? Not just an activist, not someone who just talks about what needs to be done, but actually getting in there. And not only that, they've actually set up a fund for other children to get those arms or an arm. You know, how beautiful is that? So I encourage you to go see the Orville. I mean, go see Alita. Support that thing in as amazing way as you can. It's such a beautiful story. If you haven't seen, if you don't know what the story is before you want to go see the OVA. Also, I'm going to try myself to start reading that manga. I don't usually read manga because I have a problem with backwards, because my head can't because of my head injuries, my concussions. I find it really hard to concentrate backwards on the manga. Even though I own heaps of manga, I just haven't been able to read them. And yeah, so support the good things that are happening in our world, and just ignore the bad things, man. Or not even ignore, speak out about them. Don't let them dictate what is important to you as a human being, as a nerd, as a geek. What you love. Don't let people dictate or pander to you what you enjoy, what you know. Even me, you know, the books I'm putting out, I am trying my best to tell good stories and have good artists to work on them, and hopefully people will enjoy them. If they don't, I'm sure they will let me know. I'm sure you guys will let me know, right? And hopefully I tell good stories and not shit, because what's the point of putting out shit? Nobody wants shit. People want apples. You know, how you like them apples? Yeah, I have this brain full of, yeah, years and years of pop culture and references and movies. Sorry, guys. And religion in there as well. So, thank you for watching. I think that's enough of me, because I'm just, yeah, getting delirious. I've got a Te Reo Maori language class meeting to get to, because it's the opening of my course for this year. I'm learning the language I used to know how to speak a little bit when I was younger, which is Maori. I'm really excited at 45 years old, well, almost 46, to learn a third language. Isn't that cool? Some people don't even know how to speak a second language. But I think it's just for me as a Kiwi, I need to, because it's just part of where we live and who I am. So, thank you. Harira, shukriya. Bon voyage. Bye. Ciao. Till next time. Be kind. Be polite. And smile. That's kind of cheesy, isn't it? But it is good for your soul. I must say, smiling. It's good for you. Bye, guys.